We are many. Those that live beyond the veil of darkness where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the damned. Rot in the solace in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals in hope of harvest for my innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed. For in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are incarnate paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a freaking week. Yeah, it's been hellish busy at work. Oh my God, trip to Big Bear, back, uh, work around the house, and back to Big Bear on Monday, back yesterday. Brent is flipping tired, only to turn around to go back or go to Goldfield this weekend. We're not too far away from it, guys. Thank God. Got that one coming up. Then hopefully there's not going to be anything until, Nevada State Prison. There's going to be a lot of overtime coming up at work. Had to work a little bit late tonight. But yeah, we left off last week. Milkweed Recorder, Building 10, Night 3, and 20 minutes in. Had to go back and look at my own notes because I forgot. So, yeah. Hope you guys have been doing well. I did promise you the video for part of the road up to where I had to drive in the box truck. Once we get a few more people in here, I'll play that for you guys because it was interesting to say the least. But give you an idea, this is the view I had. This was my view Wednesday, Thursday of last week, and Monday and Tuesday of this week. This is, part of my view. Amazing. So it kind of made everything completely worthwhile. That being said, guys, the usual. Hope you got the headphones on, something cold to drink, someplace comfortable to sit. Let's get some EVPs tonight because it's been a while and we need to play catch up. So not this weekend, but next weekend, I will do a show on Saturday and Sunday, as long as I don't have to work, so we can play catch up. So mark that on your calendars. So yeah, I'm shocked I'm even doing a show tonight. Guys, I'm wiped. Windsor, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome back to it. Again, I apologize for being away for a week. That's a bug. Yeah, it's definitely a bug. Definitely a cricket. That. Yeah, I have been extraordinarily busy. I posted the pictures on Discord. Some of the stuff I got to see up there. Some of the shit I had to set up. Uh, Good news is they want me back next year for all 5 days. Set up, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Come back Tuesday. That'll put me out of town for 6 days. Which be phenomenal freaking money. I ain't gonna complain. But as I said in Discord, I will play the video from the road up as soon as we get a few more people in, because it was interesting. Wasn't a band. It was a indigenous people festival called Aniwa. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second here, guys. Let me get away from this so I can bring up the screen so I can get you the link. Give me a second here. Things are kind of a little wonky here. There's a link for it. So basically, the company did it as a charity. We donated all the gear for them to use. All they had to pay for was the labor and the travel. So basically, you can, let me bring this up. You can see how much gear I had to take up. And I'll make the joke on this. One speaker on the left, one speaker on the right, and there's a couple larger speakers behind these logs. So basically 4 speakers for this tiny little stage. See any Sasquatch? No. Saw a couple blue jays that were going at it, but that was about it. It was fun. It was cold. The agreement was, I'll go ahead and let this play while I talk. The agreement was when I went up there, I'd have lodging. My lodging was a tent, which I didn't mind. I don't mind camping outdoors. I love it. But it was 30 degrees at night. 30 in a tent. And I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. What's up, Korg? How you been, buddy? Good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, Tidbit Nipley is right. Yeah, they gave me 2 sleeping bags and I was toasty. I had 2 Sub-Zero sleeping bags. I was almost I was sweating. But like I said, I wouldn't have traded it for anything. The only thing that sucked was the drive up and down the mountain road. And I'll go ahead and play that because I want you guys to see this. This is only a portion. This is 3 minutes of the drive. Big Bear, California. Bigfoot country, right? I'm in a 26-foot box truck. Fun ain't the word. Am I ghost riding? Well, and the pavement, and it. It's only 3 minutes of video, so. Yeah, this ain't a bright place to park. Actually, that's a stupid place. I was doing Anawa Festival. Again, Corgi, just so you can see, I worked this festival. And this is, the pavement ends really, really quick. Couple blind 90s. Yeah, it was fun. It was actually a lot of fun. And this, like, 90% of this road was gravel. I just got the smooth part. I wouldn't know. They sent me up, and then they sent me back to pick up the gear. Next year I'm going for all 5 or 6 days. Ooh, look at the blind turn. Yeah. So that's just part of it, guys. I think I put I think I got another part of it so you guys could see real quick, just so you guys get an idea. This is starting out, coming out of the campground. No, this is off my cell phone. So I'm driving like this. But not in a 26-foot box truck. Corgi, you ain't bullshitting. And you guys really want to see, like, when I was coming down the first time, this is what I did to the gas tank. Or did I delete that already? Yeah, I deleted it. I actually dented the gas tank going around a corner. But the best part was this. This was coming out. This is when I was leaving Big Bear yesterday morning. Tell me that is not flippin' amazing. I stopped up on one of the pullouts, got out. I had to take a picture. It's just freaking breathtaking. Yeah, this, I just took two. I like I said, I'm up on a mountaintop coming through Big Bear. I know Deds knows probably where I'm at. Once you get up in there, Photoshop that freaking railing out, and that's a wallpaper. Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, guys. And like I said, I apologize being gone for that long, but it's probably going to happen more. I'm being requested to go out of town on some shit. So it's part of it, guys. I love my job, and I'm laughing at denting the fuel tank. Not funny, Deds. I could have punctured that shit. Somebody was coming up on one of the blind 90s, and I'm coming down, and they came around. I had to get over real quick, and I literally freaking went into a fucking rock. You got to make this. When I go out of town for gigs, if I do, it's great money. I get my day pay, show pay, per diem, and lodging. Take y'all to where my family lives. Yeah. I guess next time I'll video the whole road, because it literally took me about 45 minutes to get off that mountain. 45 minutes in a box truck. It ain't no joke. But this is the wallpaper. Excuse me. That's my wallpaper on my desk. This is up in Holcomb Valley, California, Big Bear. Again, this is the biggest stage we had to set up. Just absolutely redunculous. Not much to it. Yeah, I guarantee Susan's there. Oh my God, there's Sims. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Even if we don't get any EVPs tonight, guys, I'm having fun. Gomer. I've been called worse. Yeah, I've been called worse than Gomer. I've been called Corgi. Susan is not in chat. Corgi, I might get rabies. Or distemper. No, you'd love it if I got lockjaw. I'm not up on my vaccinations. That's for damn sure. There's a lot of that out here, TM. People go to these abandoned mining towns and they just film the shit out of it. Just remember, if it runs towards you and it's foaming at the mouth, rabies, that would explain my ex. And I thought she was just happy to see me. Yours. Yeah. But I didn't have any pups with mine. At least I can say that. I didn't have a litter. Shows the kids' graves. That's cool. I might have to check that out. And Dead, speaking of videos, I still got to check that one you sent me where they outed Zach Bagans. Yeah, I saw that on her profile. Yeah, how can you get scared investigating places like that? Do we post YouTube in general? I don't know. He was involved in a robbery. As long as you're okay. As long as everybody's okay, that's good, but that's freaking wild. You were in a gun. Hold on. I gotta pause this. You were in a robbery today in a gun store. How many videos have we all seen where people attempt to rob a gun store? If you haven't, go YouTube it. It never ends well for the perpetrator. You're going into a gun store where 99.9% of the people in there are armed, especially the employees, and most definitely some of the customers. Neither did this one. Wah, wah, wah. And it's painful to even think about this. Somebody robbing a gun store. That's like somebody trying to rob a police station. Dumbass pulled a If you're gonna least freaking rob a gun store, go in there armed to the gills. Just no. I'm not gonna even try to comprehend this one. Uh, the Tombstone in Virginia City. Okay, and we'll be up there in September. Had 5 different guns in about 3 seconds. That's what I was waiting for. How long did it take? Give me your money. No, give me your money. And give me your gun too. Speaking of guns, duds, or even Corgi, have you seen the new 4570 Cyclops? Unrecognized command. Go look up 4570 Cyclops. It's a 4570 Derringer. I won't play the video on here for copyright reasons, but go watch videos on it. The bullet is this long, and so is the barrel. It's literally just bullet barrel. That's it. I'm gonna go back through this part, guys. Fortunately, we might just have nothing but residual door sounds tonight. Now you can post videos. That's fine. That's why I posted that. We all share paranormal videos or whatever video, as long as it's not questionable. And the pictures too. You know, it's like nothing much happened in the video. As long as it gives an idea of the area, I'm okay with that. least we're getting a lot of residual sounds out of this. I didn't think we'd be getting that much though. It's like Night 1 and Night 1 Sims Recorder and Execution. Nothing but cell doors. Yeah, part of it, guys. Part of it. What is today? It's Wednesday. I wouldn't say just opening and closing. It's just residual door sounds. Not that they're physically opening and shutting, but you got to figure over the course of 40 years, you're going to have that residual sound that's just embedded in the environment. At least until we get in there to investigate. I can't exactly write down every single door sound. We'd still be on the first 10 minutes. Sorry guys, I got a very active cat at my feet. And what was it? Yesterday was Jack's birthday. Yeah, the cat, the kitty. The pain in my ass. One 1-800-Chinese. Well, I could make the joke right now, and I don't want to. I want to keep my viewers. I want to keep my viewers, so I'm not making the joke. Zip. He's a black cat, so you dial 1-800-SOUL-FOOD. Fuck you, Corgi. And you saying dialing 1-800-Chinese ain't wrong? Oh, come on, Corgi. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle black. Wait, never mind. Oh, there was an even worse joke at work about what I was going to name Jack originally. And take Black Cat into consideration. And that's what I was going to name him, jokingly. And I would get banned too. So let's just laugh under our breath. Yeah, I'd never call the Chinese restaurant on him. He's too good of a cat. I'd never hurt him. Oh, hold on. Tire screeching. Never mind. Sims hasn't said anything in a while. Where'd Sims disappear to? Or is she lurking? Okay, you're still here. Good. I don't know if we should be worried. She stayed away for about a month. And we weren't worried. Yeah, we wondered where she was. We weren't worried. But she comes in the room, disappears for 10 minutes. It's like, where the fuck is she? She's usually very talkative. Any quiet woman is a bad thing. I wonder if they're conspiring your death. Just saying. Brett won't get married. I'm a smart man. I'll stay the bachelor life. Welcome back, Windsor. Considering it's 10 p.m. and you haven't eaten, damn. Well, if you're going to bail, thank you for being here. Go get something to eat. And we'll see you sometime soon. Or you can just leave it lurking and go eat. Then come back. Too lazy to get up. Believe me, after the past couple of days, I feel you. All that driving, I should be up moving around, but I sit down in this chair and I'm like, I do not want to get out of this seat. And that's why I'm afraid to get a lazy boy. Because if I get a lazy boy, I will be a lazy boy. And ain't no doubt about that one. Probably get more into sports too. Yeah, let me just see what this chair's comfortable. Let me see what game's on. This game's over? Yeah, what's on next? Got one. I'm lazy. Well, at least you got a jump on me. It better be comfortable for what you spent on it, right? Now, TM posted a video in there from video on, like, I think he said a graveyard. All right, Cord, we'll be here. I think I was watching something on Virginia City's, the mines in Virginia City. At one point, I think there was something like 3,000 miles of mines under Virginia City, or around the region, something like 3,000 miles worth of tunnels. That is a lot. I think, if I remember, 1896 or 1898, there was like 300 people that died in a mine fire. It's like an ant farm. You ain't lying there. The hell's that? Is that the wind? Don't know if that's a wind or a scream. Sounds like the wind. Uh, it's the wind. Never mind. And the when I spent Monday night in Big Bear, uh, what do you think I spent a couple hours doing while I was waiting to get my hotel and get some food and go to bed? By the way, guys, uh, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but do you guys have any haunted areas up here? And they're like, what? It's like hookers and blow. I wish. Not on the job. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm a paranormal investigator. Hand them a business card. They're like, oh, really? And all of them mentioned like one restaurant up there in Big Bear that's, I guess Ghost Adventures did it a while back. And they said it's extremely fucking haunted. Uh, Captain's Anchorage Restaurant and Bar in Big Bear, California. Like, yeah, it's like it's not very big, but it's very haunted. We do not have a mine, but we have a wood coal or brown coal. Uh, Deads, I have not yet. I got home, got dinner, and got the show started. I'll check it out right after the show. They've been keeping me jumping at work. Like I said, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do a show tonight. The 4:40, they sent me down to frickin' next door to T-Mobile for drop off for Usher. And it's like, come on, you guys are sending me out this late in the day? Fucking thanks. It's like, let me go home. I'm tired. I just spent the past 2 days on the road. But is what it is. And remove the sand before removing the brown coal, but sometimes brown coal was faster. Yeah, they didn't exactly work together. Yeah, and speaking of that, Game 5, Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champions, beating the Florida Panthers 9-3. How bad is downtown burning? The parade is next week. We'll find out. Windsor for it's 400 round trip. One up, one back is like 410, 420, somewhere in there. I think it's 420 round trip. So in 4 days of driving, I put in over 800 miles. Yeah, it's just over 200 one way. It's actually 4 hours. Sorry, Corgi. When I say I had to drive up a mountain road, here is North Shore Drive into Big Bear. Here's Palik Canyon Road, where I had to go. Now let's keep zooming. I had to go from here to here. I literally had to go up the entire mountain from down here to Holcomb Valley Ranch. Yeah, it's not tiny. It's a long way. It's yeah. Don't worry, I forget the mute button all the fucking time. You guys know this. This is nothing new on this channel. Both, Windsor. They asked me if I'd go help. In case they had any problems, which we ran into a couple power issues that we couldn't resolve. Basically, then they gave me the option. Do you want to stay up here or do you want to come back to Vegas? I'm up here in shorts and a t-shirt, no jacket. At night it's 30 degrees with no. I had one change of clothes, no, change of socks, change of underwear, change of short, and change of t-shirt. If I would have had a jacket, I would have stayed. I had deodorant and toothbrush. How many generators did you guys having to run? We had one for the main campsite. One for the one for the main and the smallest stage, and then we had another for the other two small campsites. So they had two great big generators out there, and one of the generators wouldn't even power the speakers that we needed. So I ended up having to bring some of them back on the first trip, which was pain in the dick because they were the great big concert subs. I wasn't going to power it anyway. The one generator had its own portable fuel tank. I think it was running 440. The other one was running 220 because it was smaller stages, but they should have put the 440 over at the big stage and the 220 at the smaller ones. But, oh well. Again, guys, check it out. Oh, no. Shit. Let me get that back down here if I didn't pass it up yet. I'll post it again. That'll wake you up in the morning and curl your hair for sure, right? You'll be peeing freaking straight for about 10 years. Because that's the only thing they'll be sticking above the ground when they bury you. Probably blow your toes off. Oops, did I do that? Did I do that? He had a power outage caused by a suicidal squirrel. Well, if his tail wasn't poofy enough before. There's probably no puff left. There's no poof left in that tail because that squirrel is probably ash. Squirrels are the number one cause of power outages. Yeah. Speaking of power outages, Dad, you'll get a kick out of this one because you know the area. I was on my way to work Monday morning, about 4 o'clock. Actually, earlier than that. Right there at Tropicana in Pecos, somebody blew the red light going southbound. Blew through the intersection, took out the power box on the west side, and went into the cellular phone store, the wireless toy store there on the corner. Somebody blew the transformer off the pad, threw it about 10 yards off the concrete pad, and went into the store. Knocked out the power. Thank God it was early in the morning and I was the only one at the light. Paramedics, everybody was on scene. I'm trying to drive by and watch, and freaking ambulances there. It was like, oh my God. And all the years towing, and I say this, I only ever had one accident where they completely took the power unit off the concrete slab. I mean, detached it. Wires, transformer, and all off the slab. I'd only ever seen it once before in 12 years. Oh my God. And seeing that car partially buried into the store, he had to have been hauling ass. Was it a hit? Was it a semi? No, it was like a freaking Chevy Classic. It was a mid-sized sedan. I don't think he died, but he's hurting. They didn't have the sheets in the they didn't have the sheets up, so probably drunker than a skunk. And anybody who's watched DUIs, the person who's the drunkest, they're not getting injured. They are not getting injured. They're going to walk away. They may be banged up, but they're not going to have serious injury. I guarantee this guy probably at least got a broken leg out of the deal. Let's go back. Go play the damn lottery, right? That's one thing I hate about when they ask me to get a really early start at work. That's one thing I don't like, is leaving across town that early, because that, like, Tropicana and Pecos area is an extreme accident area early in the morning. I don't know what it is about it, but I dread going through that area. But Windsor saw a hawk try to land on some power lines. Wings clip. Oof. Yeah, there's a poof. Yeah, it's bad. I want to know how many DUIs they issued last night or this morning. After the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup, being they had 30,000 people down in the pavilion at T-Mobile Arena. Not counting the people inside. They had around 30,000 people packed outside watching on the giant big screen. I had people at work that were down there. They said there was 15 to 20. News said 30. And Deds knows how cramped of an area that is. Sounds like PPG paints in 16 and 17. Yeah, that many people, that's like sardines. It's just like you're going to be standing there like this. Flashbacks to LineCon in San Jose. Flashbacks to New Year's on the Strip years ago, back in like the 90s. Being on the Strip on New Year's was almost a death wish. Freaking 150, 200,000 people just crammed into an area. And Deds will tell you about that one. I guarantee you he did. You go down to the Strip on New Year's, oh my God. Vegas is just fucking insanity. When it comes to sporting events, champion events, New Year's, yeah, I'll go to Times Square first. You couldn't pay me to go to Times Square. I'm sorry to all the New Yorkers out there, but no. Just no. TwitchCon is in Vegas this year. Really? Huh. Have to look it up after the show. Big music convention. Huh. All right. You're going to go to TwitchCon, but you hate Vegas. None taken. I'm not crazy about it sometimes myself. Good thing about Vegas, there's always places to investigate. I said if it wasn't for Mom, I'd probably been out of Vegas a long time ago. But now I'm pretty much settled. House. I got the mortgage. I got a shithead cat at my feet. And you go dig up the desert outside of town. If I want that, I'll just go to the Boulder City Pet Cemetery. I talked about that here before. You go out there, and it's like, after a time, these old graves, they kind of sink. And they're not the size of pets. They're the size of human beings. So it makes you wonder if back in the day, the mob didn't bury people out there because who's going to think it's a pet cemetery? You just freshly dug grave. Okay, somebody just buried their dog. Got a fresh marker on it that said, my dog Spot. When it's not Spot, it's actually Steve. It's like going, okay. Then 50 years later, that ground sinks down. And there you go. There's that 6-foot hole, 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, 72 inches deep. Yeah, that's not Spot. That was the informant that came up missing 25, 30 years ago. That's what worries you about the housing condition you live in. Well, I'll tell you, and I know Ded's has seen this on the news before too. Built on an old landfill. Probably some bodies there then. A lot of on the outskirts construction sites, they have to shut them down all the time. Why? Because they're finding bodies. Nobody thought Vegas was going to grow this much. You know, back when Vegas was 20,000 people, now it's close to 3 million, I think. 2 to 3 million. Who would have thunk Vegas would have grown that much? And Lake Mead, they keep finding bodies. They've found like 15 or 20 bodies here in the past like 6, 7 months. It's bad, guys. We knew. I mean, that was always the joke. Lake Mead dries up, they're gonna find all the bodies. Lo and behold, what are they finding? Bodies in barrels. That was loud. But what can you do? Maybe they'll find Jimmy. Well, they already there's already speculation where Jimmy's at. There's Jimmy Hoffa, TM, Jimmy Hoffa. There's a couple former mob associates out there that stream on YouTube. Jimmy Hoffa was an old union, the president of the union, and he was told to basically walk away. After he got out of jail, after he was going battling with Robert Kennedy, he was president of the Teamsters. Exactly, Windsor. And all the delegates got together. We'll get you out of prison, but you got to walk away. He got out of prison, refused to walk away. He got into it with supposedly with the mob. Refused to bow down to any of the politicians, and he disappeared. There's several speculations of what happened to him. But as I was saying, there's a couple of streamers out there that former mob people, Sammy the Bull Gravano and Michael Francis. They both have videos on YouTube, and they've talked, I don't want to say in detail, but talked in great length about what they know about what happened to Hoffa. Where he was killed, the mob's not going to drive around with a body in their trunk. They're going to go someplace close to dispose of the body. And if you guys want to know, go check them out. And then they'll talk about it. And you can pretty much piece together what really happened. But that's another story and not part of this stream. And I just gave them a free plug. Yeah, Michael Francis is fun to watch. Then Corgi, you've probably seen the episode where he talks about Hoffa. Oh, I would too, Cord. I would too. I take it with a short leash. If you listen to Sammy and to Michael, their stories aren't too far off. They'll never find his body, I guarantee it. It's either very wet and very deep, or I take the other approach to where it was incinerated. I think they incinerated his body after they shot him. Because the story is a couple of the mob associates ran funeral homes, so I think they disposed of the body. I think they incinerated his body, destroy the evidence completely. He's in the shithouse at some pig farm. That's another way to do it. is just drop him in the pig pen. 2 to the head, drop him in the pig pen. And let the pigs dispose of the body for you, bones and all. But like I said, I honestly believe that they destroyed the body by fire. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But after it comes out, I want you guys to say Brent was right. And unfortunately, guys, we're getting no EVPs tonight. This is terrible. You know, going back to the Hoffa one thing real quick. The movie Hoffa, I think the ending was a little close to the truth. Then after what they did with the body afterwards, we'll never know. Because I don't think they can honestly come out and say it. It is enough to make you think. And you know, some of the conspiracy theorists may have figured it out. Will we ever find out? No. Even like some of these other podcasters said The Irishman was 90% bullshit. The character was spot on, but everything else was prison bar. To the untrained eye, no. And speaking of that, you know, if you ask a lot of the mob guys, the most accurate mob movie portrayed was Gotti, with not with fucking John Turturro. The one from like '96 was probably one of the most accurate mob movies, and this comes from mob sources. Armand Assante, thank you. Yes. And the funny thing is, he played the mob boss in Hoffa. He was the boss in Hoffa. It's freaking crazy. All right, Cord. Now, are you guys getting like a high energy humming sound? It almost sounds like an AC turned on across the house. A real high pitched hum. I've been noticing that for quite a bit of this recorder. It's almost like a high power surge. Windsor, I think this is a little more than a hiss. It's more like a hum. But the normal static hiss is fine. Either that or my ears are just a little bit more sensitive since I've been in a truck for 2 days. So my hearing's just a little bit more, a little bit more sensitive, which is probably what I'd go for right now. You know, after a long car ride, you're just like, almost like an echo effect. Like a fan going in the background. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We're an hour and 15 minutes into this recorder, and we haven't got any EVPs. This is nuts. I don't know how it's quiet because I have everything amplified. That's strange. Oh well. Had to put me through the headset. Am I too low? Oh, wife came home. Okay. About ready to end the stream here in about 2 or 3 minutes anyway. So you timed that perfectly. Now you can tell her you just put the headset on to ignore her. Just saying. Sorry, honey. Can't hear you. Okay, I was fine. All right. And I've always told people, like I always say at the beginning of the stream, to listen to these EVPs, you're almost needing headphones. Unless you have really good speakers, some of these EVPs are tough to hear. On your tablet, you normally have to max it out almost. For everyone else, watch it at 50. Whoa, sorry guys. Okay, just have to turn it up. It's not me, it's the listen for the EVPs. But guys, I do think I'm going to end it here. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything tonight, but I had fun with you guys. Thank you guys so freaking much for keeping chat active. I had a lot of fun with this one. Corgi, Windsor, TM, Deads, like I said, Windsor, whoever I miss, Sims, I know you're still lurking. Everybody else, you guys are great tonight. I'm glad I made it back this week. I didn't know if I was going to be able to with work. It's been busy lately. Remember, guys, this weekend, no stream. I will be in Goldfield investigating. So once we finish this up, we will have something else to analyze until we go to Nevada State Prison, Part 4. Then we get to start this shit all over again. Good news is we have an additional GoPro. I know Dez is bringing an additional GoPro and an additional recorder. So we're going to have a lot more video and a lot more audio to go through. So we're going to have fun with that. Guys, once again, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing as always, and I love you guys. You make this worthwhile, and yeah, we're all a dysfunctional family here. Have a great night. God bless, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all take care.